Welcome to the love of books, movies, and laughter. My name's April, and today we're going to be reviewing Nora Roberts' Shelter in Place. It's not a brand new book of hers. She did write this about a year or two ago. It is one I've read multiple times. Just a warning before we start the review, for those who've never read the book, if you have any trigger issues with school shootings, mall shootings, gun violence, this is not the book for you. Just an upfront warning before we even begin this. This covers a fictional event. Did not happen in real life, but it is based off of scenarios that have occurred throughout the years. But it does have shootings and violence in it. That being said, for those of us that can understand that it's fiction and we don't have an issue with it, but not that there's anything wrong with having a problem, it's just some have more than others. So the book starts out in a mall. It's a movie theater in a mall. You're following three teenage girls, Simone and her two friends, as they're going out to the movies to enjoy just some girl time. Simone's boyfriend has just broken up with her, all because typical high school, she wouldn't sleep with him, so he broke her heart through a text for the more popular girl. And to get her out of her brooding and kind of out of her own head, her friends took her out. Well, she ends up getting a large Fanta orange and having to go to the restroom halfway through the movie. Of course, she's in the middle aisle, so she has to get past everyone. But that trip to the bathroom is a trip that ends up saving her life. Because while she's in the bathroom, without her knowing it, a teenage boy walks into the movie theater and opens fire on people in the movie theater. Meanwhile, two of his friends are on different ends of the mall, shooting people as well. As she's coming back from the bathroom, she realizes that she's hearing gunshots, but she thinks it's part of the movie and she's simply missing out on a good part. As she goes to enter the movie theater, that's when the door flies open and a guy comes out and gets shot in the back of the head. So she runs back into the women's bathroom to hide and calls 911 and then stays in the bathroom and hiding because she knows that's where she's safe. We also meet within this same event, on the other side of the mall, we meet Cal. At the time, he's a teenage boy working in the mall, saving up for college. On his lunch break from the local restaurant there, he's on his way to go ask the girl he has a crush on if she'd go to the movies with him. And then swings by the GameStop to meet up with his best friend to see if he'd go on a triple date. Having gotten that figured out, he starts to head back to work, only to realize that he's hearing people screaming and gunshots. Instinct kicks in and he decides to try to run towards the restaurant and warn his restaurant friends about what's going on and get them to safety. As he's running, he spots a little boy on his own and ends up rescuing him and hiding behind a kiosk that sold sunglasses. Unfortunately for him, the girl he had a crush on was trying to get a date with was already shot at that station. But he uses that station to hide the kid and then hides behind it himself while he calls for help. That's just a very action-packed beginning of a very good book. I'm going to start most of my review by giving you this overview. And I'll warn you ahead of time, but then we're going to go into a few more spoilers so I can do a more thorough, in-depth review. But for the moment, if you're looking for an action-packed book that's going to keep you on your toes but also has a great love story in it, this is the one for you. Nora Roberts has a really good talent for writing. Her characters are realistic, the scenario is believable, and it's something that keeps you on your toes until the very end. So I definitely recommend going to your local library, or even your bookstore if you prefer to buy, and picking up a copy of this to add to your bookshelf. It is a longer book in that it is 438 pages. For those of us that can read quickly, that's not an issue. For others, it may take you a while to finish it. But there's nothing wrong with that. You just might need to backtrack a page or two to find your place again as you go. Alright, for those who want more spoilers, keep following the video. If you don't want any more spoilers, then like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and check out my other videos. But for everyone else, here's the spoilers now. The book continues past that day in the mall. Turns out that Simone's family, her mom and her sister, were in the mall at the time, and she has to find out if they're okay. She also finds out that one of her best friends did not survive the shooting, while another one ended up severely injured. We then kind of flash forward through the funerals and go on to both of them living their lives, both Simone and Cal. At this point, they don't know each other. They see each other briefly when they're getting escorted out by the police, but they don't talk. It's not until later that they kind of reconnect. Cal ends up becoming a police officer. He's also paired up with the same cop that ended up rescuing him in the mall to begin with. Kind of a circle. And it's found out that the 3 guys that shot up the mall, one of them had a younger sister, Patricia, who we find out throughout the book is actually the villain. And that she had originally planned it all out. Only her brother and his 2 friends kind of jumped the gun and decided to do things early. So she didn't get justice to begin with. We follow as Simone tries to deal with the pain of her past and figure out what she's gonna do. And as Cal tries to live his life as a police officer and also deal with the ghost of the past. Simone becomes an artist, while Cal continues to be a police officer. Patricia makes an appearance as she starts to go after those that she believes brought down her brother and his 2 friends. Some kills that are unrelated, at least in the police force mind, so they don't realize what's happening until it's a little too late. But one by one she makes a list and she starts taking people out. It's not until she goes after Cal while he's house hunting and almost kills him that they realize that she's been quietly killing a bunch of people for quite some time now. Yeah, our cat has decided to come in also. We thoroughly enjoy this book. I'm reading it, she gets up on my lap. She doesn't really have much choice on that one. But this is a book that I have read about 4 times now. And yeah, it covers a mass shooting, and with all the history throughout TV and such, I get it, some won't be able to read this. But for me, I recognize that it's a fictional event and I focus on the good parts of it. Simone and Cal end up hooking up, but then the question becomes, can they form a relationship? Can they survive Patricia? And will Simone ever marry Cal? Add in for a little comedy relief is a runaway dog that ends up getting adopted and helping save lives. And an FBI agent with a chip on his shoulder so big that Texas could fit on it. So if you're looking for a story that's got both action, a little bit of romance, a dog, and plenty of story to keep you going, I highly recommend this book. If you like this book, leave a comment and let me know. If you don't, give me a comment on why. And if you'd like to see more reviews like this, please let me know. Until next time, guys, keep reading.